Hello and thanks for watching. This video focused on the book to tax feature we have in QuickBooks Online Accountant that will actually send the balances once you've cleaned them up using the various QuickBooks Online Accountant tools to Intuit Tax Online. It actually autofills the appropriate fields based on entity type. So I'm going to kind of show you that. But first, let me take a step back. I'm in the QuickBooks Online Accountant that you probably know now. It's the older QuickBooks Online Accountant. The older version of QBOA still works fine, right? You have the sample company file on the left. I have all of my list of clients. Of course, the sample company file is the new QBO version. So if you don't have any clients on the new QBO yet, you will. You will very soon. But you can always open up that sample file. And of course, you can create a new QBO company file from here, as you see in the upper right, etc. However, I want to go into the new QuickBooks Online Accountant first. Then we'll look at the book to tax for both a client that is on the new QuickBooks Online user interface and view and the older QuickBooks Online. I'll show you both access points. Real simple though to migrate from the old QBOA to the new QBOA. And again, this would just be for the accountant or the actual consultant, at the firm and you have QBO clients. You just click on Try It Now. So when you click on Try It Now, you're brought to the new QuickBooks Online Accountant. And this is the platform I'm going to use for today's demo regarding book to tax. I still have a client list. Some extra features here that I like over the old QBOA is that I can filter the list, particularly for my QBO clients. I can add notes and tasks. Of course, I can still add a new QBO company file. The sample company file is under the little help icon. I can also invite my staff. Look for other videos regarding navigating and working with the new QBOA with Intuit Academy and on the web here. Okay, let's open up my client file. I've already done some cleanup work, and then we're going to go ahead and I'll show you how to do the book to tax feature once I'm in their file. The new file I'm going to choose is my current rock file. I'm just going to click on the QB icon here, which stands for the asset, and it'll launch a new tab, and I'll be in my client's QuickBooks Online file. Regardless if they have Simple Start, Essentials, or Plus, I will be in their file as the accountant, and I'll just quickly show some key accountant tools you might want to use before you happen to send the balances over to Intuit Tax Online. But let's launch the file from the new QBOA client list right now. As I mentioned before, and I'm using Chrome, I love that for all things QuickBooks Online. But if you were in Firefox or Internet Explorer 10, you would see another tab open up, and I'm in my client's QBO file. I'm in it there as the accountant user, or because the new QBOA, I can invite my staff, kind of going in as, say, a sub-accountant user to the client file. And I'm brought into the accountant home where I can set a default date range for my reports or my tools. Remember, the cleanup tools you're going to find under the gear icon, or click on the company file name in the upper right. I can batch classify transactions, look at avoided deleted transaction report. We took some key, if you will, client data review tools that would help you when cleaning up client's QuickBooks file before you go over to tax. Also under the quick create icon, click on that, there's your journal entry, and it's actually an adjusting journal entry. Just wanted to point out that QuickBooks Online can handle multiple AR and APs per journal entry, unlike the desktop. And then of course under the accountant section on the left, you see book to tax. Let's go ahead and click on that now. Okay, so we're just going to pretend that my file is ready to go as of 12/31/2013. Let's send the balances over to Intuit Tax Online. So I clicked on the book to tax feature there. It gives me 3 steps. Review the automatic tax mapping. So 45 of 46 accounts have just been mapped for me. Right, so less work I have to do. I can make some adjustments, then I'm going to click to generate the tax return. There's also a few videos here if you want to learn more about Intuit Tax Online. I do suggest you look at that one. Let's go ahead and X that out for now. And the columns are as such: the account, the type, my closing balance. I can actually make an adjustment here that will only affect what's going to the return. It doesn't actually affect my general ledger. Here's the adjusted balance, any notes, and then of course the tax line mapping that has just already been set up based on the entity type in my company settings that I set up for my client in their QBO file, right? And of course, if you need to assign something, you just go ahead and click on the drop down, and I can just choose the particular account. And then you want to click on Generate Tax Return. Just to mention, you can always print and save this window if you want. So let's go ahead and click on Generate Tax Return now. And the Create or Update Return for the company file will pop open. I can update an existing return, or I can just go ahead and create a new one, which I'll go ahead and do. And I'll leave that as the nomenclature, but you put in the actual name of the return that you want. And then down below, you click on Create Return, and this is actually going to launch Intuit Tax Online for me, and I'll show you that briefly, and then we'll go look at the access point for Book to Tax if you're in a client that still has the older QuickBooks Online. Generating the return and actually creating the return will log you right into your Intuit Tax Online. And there's the name of my firm. It gives me some filing information, extensions, etc. for this particular client, and then I can go ahead and click Check Return, which will give me some options for critical diagnostics, suggestions, and I can go ahead and review how the balances went over to the return. And again, there's other videos we have on Intuit Academy and other websites on Intuit Tax Online. So I'm back on my client list or dashboard in the new QBO, and I'm going to scroll down to my clients and look for Woods Lawn Mowing. Now I'm going to open up this client and their QBO file because it's on the old QuickBooks Online. I want to show you quickly where the Book to Tax feature is accessed in the older QuickBooks Online. It's important to note, whether you're using the older QuickBooks Online Accountant or the new QuickBooks Online Accountant that you're seeing right now, you can support both types of clients, one that's on the new QuickBooks Online and one that's on the older QuickBooks Online. And soon, we'll all be on the new. Okay, I just wanted to make that note. Let's go ahead and open up this file by clicking on the QB icon here. So here I am in my client's QuickBooks Online Plus file, and I'm in as the accountant, obviously. Number one, I launched it from the new QBOA, but I have an accountant center here, right? And under New Tax Return section, Tax Line Assignments. When you click on that, very similar view, right? And it mapped 20 of 34 accounts for me, and I can go ahead and assign the rest and then go ahead and click on Generate Tax Return, as I did in my client that has the newer QuickBooks Online. So from the old QuickBooks Online Accountant or the new QuickBooks Online Accountant, either way, when you're in your client's QBO file, once you've used the specific accountant tools we've given you, you can go ahead and generate a tax return and send the balances to the appropriate fields in Intuit Tax Online.